Welcome back, readers, and welcome to another reading mini lesson. This week, we're going to continue learning about the author Ezra Jack Keats. Last week, we talked about how Ezra, he thought of moments from his childhood, and that gave him inspiration to write his stories. Well, this morning, we read a really special story called Peter's Chair. And throughout this story, we really empathized with Peter. That means that the big emotions Peter was feeling, we also felt them ourselves while we were reading and talking about the story. It's so important when we're reading a book to think about all the big emotions that are happening with the characters because it helps us understand what's happening in the story that much more. Just like Ezra Keats, when we do this while we read a story, it makes us better thinkers and it makes us better readers, better writers. So I'm going to show you several parts in the story, and I want you to think about the big emotions that Peter is feeling and how you're feeling them too as the reader. I want you to notice what Ezra Jack Keats does in his writing that lets us know that Peter's feeling a big emotion. Peter's chair. The first part that I found where I noticed a big emotion is on this page. It says, Peter stretched as high as he could. There, his tall building was finished. I noticed that when Ezra wrote the word there, he put an exclamation point by the word. An exclamation point means like, bam, it's out there. It's loud, it's strong. An exclamation point, when writers use an exclamation point, it means that what happened before it is probably very important. I also noticed in the picture that when it says that he stretched his arm up, we can see how high he's going and we can see him on his tiptoes. Have you ever felt a really big tower that you needed to stretch up really high to the sky? Let's close our eyes for a second and think, I'm building my tower. I'm stretching as high as I can to the sky to put the last part on top. And then, boom, it comes all crashing down to the ground. Man, look at Peter's body. We know that when we want to find out how a character is feeling, we can look at their face and we can look at their body. I noticed that Peter's now kind of hunched over. He doesn't have a smile on his face. His shoulders are sunk down a little bit. I bet he's feeling a really big emotion because his tower just crashed. What word would you use to describe how Peter's feeling? Go ahead and say it out loud. Okay, sad, angry, frustrated, annoyed, disappointed, discouraged. All of those words can describe the big emotion that Peter is feeling. So friends, just like Ezra Jack Keats shows in Peter's chair, it's so important as a writer to communicate a character's big feelings in a story so that we're connecting with the people reading the story. Any story you read, not only a book by Ezra Jack Keats, you can think about what the characters are feeling in that story and make that connection between you and your character to better understand what you're reading. We can't wait to see what types of big emotion you find in our next couple of books and the big emotion that you're going to use in our next small moment story. See you later, readers.